Audio Jungle.
The death toll from an Indonesian earthquake has hit 832 after a tsunami smashed into a popular tourist town. Of the deaths, 821 have been recorded in Palu, emergency officials said, 2 days after 5 feet waves slammed into the city of 350,000 people on Sulawesi Island. Indonesian Vice President Yusuf Kala said the final number of dead could be in the thousands and a mass burial will be held for the victims. Disaster agency spokesman Sutopo Purwo Nugroho told a news conference there were still not comprehensive reports about casualties in surrounding coastal areas. The death is believed to be still increasing, since many bodies were still under the wreckage, while many have not been reached, he said. Rescuers have said they have heard people screaming for help beneath the rubble, and up to 200 people are thought to be trapped in a residential complex. Muhammad Syagi, the head of Indonesia's search and rescue agency, said, "I can still hear the voices of the survivors screaming for help while inspecting the compound." He added there could be 50 people trapped inside. Many are struggling to find food and water and are reportedly turning to looting nearby shopping malls in an effort to survive. The fate of hundreds of people who were attending a beach festival is unknown in the tourist town of Palu. The number of deaths reported has almost doubled overnight, with the figure standing at 384 yesterday afternoon. "It feels very tense," said 35-year-old mother Risa Kusuma, comforting her feverish baby boy at an evacuation center in the gutted coastal city of Palu. Every minute an ambulance brings in bodies. Clean water is scarce. The mini-markets are looted everywhere. Indonesia's Metro TV on Sunday broadcast footage from a coastal community in Donggala, close to the epicenter of the quake, where some waterfront homes appeared crushed, but a resident said most people fled to higher ground after the quake struck. "When it shook really hard, we all ran up into the hills," a man identified as Iswan told Metro TV. In Palu City on Sunday, aid was trickling in. The Indonesian military had been deployed, and search and rescue workers were doggedly combing the rubble for survivors, looking for as many as 150 people at one upscale hotel alone. "We managed to pull out a woman alive from the Hotel Roa Roa last night," Muhammad Syagi, head of the National Search and Rescue Agency, said. "We even heard people calling for help there yesterday. What we now desperately need is heavy machinery to clear the rubble." "I have my staff on the ground, but it's impossible just to rely on their strength alone to clear this." There were also concerns over the whereabouts of hundreds of people who had been preparing for a beach festival when the 7.5 magnitude quake struck Friday, sparking a tsunami that ripped apart the city's coastline. A Facebook page was created by worried relatives who posted pictures of still missing family members in the hopes of finding them alive. Amid the leveled trees, overturned cars, concertinaed homes and flotsam tossed up to 50 meters inland, survivors and rescuers struggled to come to grips with the scale of the disaster. Indonesian President Joko Widodo was expected to travel to the region to see the devastation for himself on Sunday. On Saturday evening, residents fashioned makeshift bamboo shelters or slept out on dusty playing fields, fearing powerful aftershocks would topple damaged homes and bring yet more carnage. C-130 military transport aircraft with relief supplies managed to land at the main airport in Palu, which reopened to humanitarian flights and limited commercial flights, but only to pilots able to land by sight alone. Satellite imagery provided by regional relief teams showed the severe damage at some of the area's major seaports, with large ships tossed on land, quays and bridges trashed and shipping containers thrown around. Hospitals are overwhelmed by the influx of those injured, with many people being treated in the open air. There are widespread power blackouts. "We all panicked and ran out of the house when the quake hit," said Ansar Bachmad, a 39-year-old Palu resident. "People here need aid, food, drink, clean water.